So I got a question. Are we really being consistent right now? Or do the rules change depending on who tells the joke? Because right now, they at Drewski head.
Oh, this is comedy now, huh? Really? That's interesting. Because let's be clear, if this person was white doing the exact opposite with blackface, we all know what would happen.
But if I did that, but if we did that, y'all did and it was never funny. So...
People are biting hard on all these clickbait posts on Facebook, and it is crazy. Like this post right here. Somebody posted this, and supposedly Erica Kirk said something like this. But it's not real. You can't find it nowhere on Twitter or the X platform.
Extremely hot take, but sometimes I just feel like black people want racism to come back.
Oh man, shut your anorexic, malnutrition, tapeworm having, overdose Dick Gregory Bahamian and diet drinking ass up.
So how is a black person able to paint themselves white and people are finding it funny?
This is how everybody's feeling. Everybody, for the first time, it's not left or right. It's like everyone's united in feeling this. It feels fake. It feels wrong. Tim Dillon called it out early. It feels like they just want our money and they're just going to keep saying the Lord and God and God and the Lord so we can't question things. Because it would just be, oh my God, it would be demonic, as they always say, it's demonic.
The truth is, we've seen this before.
Hey man, I'm sick of this koala hugging nigga telling me
For 400 years, that word has kept us down.
So is it only wrong depending on who does it? Yes and no. But before we dive into it, do your boy a favor, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hype this thing up, cue the clip.
This that Ramondo reacts, huh? Y'all came in for the laughs, huh? You did. Stay for the commentary cause it makes sense, huh? Real talk.
that boy is good.
Now, I was today years old when I found out Druski granddaddy was white.
He recently found out that I was black, though. I think he thought I was tanned.
Drewski's granddaddy being white is like the ultimate Uno reverse. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, what can you say now? It's like he kept this specifically in the vault because he knew he was just going to do some shit to piss some people off. And he said, you thought you had something. And the crazy thing is he looks just like his granddaddy, like just like him. I haven't seen an Uno reverse this hard since this guy up here. If you don't know who this is the President Barack Obama and his granddaddy, who he also looks just like. Let me tell you something. Uno reverse intact. They said doubles.
So does Drewski having a white granddaddy affect how I see him as a comedian? No. For the simple fact, it's not about race. It's about tasteful jokes. You got Eddie Murphy, you got George Carlin, you got Dave Chappelle, you got all these different comedians that do it in a tasteful way, and some not so much.
Hope you guys are staying warm, you know, driving safe. There's a lot of ice on the road, and not just the good kind. Not just the brave men and women who are trying to make sure these Latinas don't suck our ass. But the bad kind that enters your home without a warrant. My only problem with ICE is that they're going after every minority group except black people. I mean, you're trying to reduce crime. You're just giving them more room to breathe. But I understand, can you imagine the shape you have to be in to deport black people?
You know, there's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay, all right.
Would you find it hard to believe that not a lot of people found that funny? But the truth is, you don't honestly have to be famous to have a punchline to connect.
What do you do, sir? Manage hotels, you good you motherfucker. What's your last name, Patel? I told you. I told you. I'm incredible at racism. I'm so good at it. So you manage hotels, which means your parents own a hotel and then you run it for them. I told you. What shitty chain of hotels do they own? A Econo Lodge or something? Is it a Econo Lodge? I told you!
There's a thing I've noticed that white guys do, all right, and it is racist. Whenever they're dating a woman for the first time, they always ask them eventually, have you ever See, I didn't even finish. Every one of you. You got to find the right time to ask, though. You don't want to go too early with that. You look like a psycho. You don't want to be like on Tinder, like, have you ever had with a black guy before? It's a shameful thing to ask. It's weird. I've done it.
Now, did y'all notice the shift in the energy when it came to the punchline? I mean, one clearly insensitive and the other fed into the stereotype. But the difference was people were able to relate to one more than the other because one just wasn't funny. Well, to most at least. I feel like Drewski, well, the perfect blend between satire and stereotype. And I guess that's why the Erica Kirk joke really hit for most. Now, this does remind me of when RDJ did it in Tropic Thunder. And well, he had mixed reviews too.
Man, what you coming out in movies for anyway? You need another revenue stream?
For your information, my revenue stream currently generates $2 million a year in charitable contributions for my community.
Hot damn.
And why am I in this movie? Maybe I just knew I had to represent because they had one good part in here for a black man. They gave it to Crocodile Dundee.
Pump your brakes, kid. That man's a national treasure.
I just wanted to throw another shrimp on you, Bobby.
That shit ain't funny.
Hey, fellas, it's hot. We're tired. It stinks. I'm just fucking with you, Kangaroo Jack. I'm sorry a dingo ate your baby.
You know that's the true story. Lady lost a kid. You think that you could do Tropic Thunder today? Would that be possible?
Oh, you could do it. It was impossible to not have it be an offensive nightmare of a movie. And 90% of my black friends are like, dude, that was great.
What about the other 10%?
How good did he do him as a black actor, Robert Downey?
He was amazing. He was killing it. They yell cut, he's still going. Like, you know, we always late. I'm like,
oh, he's still going after?
He's still going with it. Yo.
Now it's blackface. We're in the cancel culture movement.
Yeah,
but at the time, how was that just being on set where like everyone else is watching him move around in blackface even after the camera say cut?
Well, my character justified it. So when it comes, I don't say justified, but he called it out. He was the real person in there that would say, hey, look, you can't do this. You know what I mean? Exactly. So all that's improv. Yeah. I told you, Robert, he kept going with because I wasn't getting mad at first. So Ben Stiller was like, he's not mad because Barack was in office at the time. So it was like, yes, we can. It didn't feel racist. It didn't feel racist at that time. Yeah. Because everybody was happy. You know,
That's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the way it played out on camera, it was funny as fuck.
Yeah, it was funny as hell, but it got funny because they started doing like little stuff off the set, which made me the mad black guy later.
Oh shit.
They like psychologically made it become real because I wasn't mad. I was laughing like, yo, he's doing a good black person, man. This is hilarious. And they were like, are you not mad? I'm like, you don't know the history of this?
Now, personally, Tropic Thunder is in my top 10 comedies. And RDJ, well, the main reason why. Now, do I think it could be done today? Yeah, especially when the intent is comedy. It's not like when it originally started when it was meant to be offensive.
In 1958, BBC launched the black and white minstrel show, and for the next 20 years, it broke box office records, won awards, and became a show enjoyed by millions, much to the expense of black people. And while the show ended less than 50 years ago, blackface minstrelsy does sadly have a much more extended history, so let's talk about it. Blackface isn't just an American phenomenon. The techniques and genre that later formed blackface minstrelsy in America actually have deep roots in European blackface performances. You see, the act of darkening one's skin or exaggerating features to mimic another race dates back to at least the medieval period where actors painted in black symbolized the souls of the damned in religious dramas. Fast forward to the era of William Shakespeare and we see white actors in racial makeup playing roles of Moors, Africans, and Turks, notably in productions like Othello. So as you can see, performance of blackness in the Western world was a white endeavor from the start, and this sort of theater tradition migrated to the American colonies in the 18th century through European immigrants.
So now you can see why it's so offensive. But comparing that to whiteface, it's like night and day.
Right, here's how to explain to your conservative family member why blackface is offensive and whiteface isn't. Blackface started in the 1800s in theater, where white performers would paint their face with shoe polish to play black characters. Now, they weren't going on stage telling deep and complex stories, they were making fun of black people, potentially showing them as lazy, criminal, unintelligent, just subhuman. It's just comedy, don't take it so seriously. Well, this movie called Birth of a Nation came out in 1915 that showed these stereotypes of black people, calling them racists and criminals that want to take over the country. Birth of a Nation scared so many white people that this movie was directly responsible for growing the KKK. So like depicting a whole race this way gave white people permission to justify segregation and violence. When a white person does blackface, they're participating in a history of dehumanization.
Okay, white people, come in and sit down. We're gonna talk about whiteface. What is that? Oh yeah, that's not a thing. So, blackface is a thing, all right? And this comes from the time when our ancestors enslaved black people, participated in the transatlantic slave trade, which the United Nations has just voted is the worst crime against humanity of all time. And there was a thing called minstrel shows where white people would paint themselves black and do very, very degrading, horrific shows, mocking these human beings that they had enslaved. Okay. So the way these things like slurs and blackface works, it's not just the opposite. Black people do not have a history of dressing up as white people and doing horrible things to them after they enslaved them and all the horrible, horrific, genocidal things that were done. So there's no problem. Whiteface is not a thing. It doesn't exist. The term reverse racism comes to you from the alt-right Christian nationals, literally the people who run the Stormfront website, former Grand Wizard of the KKK.
And this is where people get uncomfortable. So at this point, it's not even about the joke anymore, is it? I guess it's more so about the person telling it and what it's connected to. So let me ask you this. Are you judging the joke or the person telling it? Let me know in the comments. And until next time, if you enjoyed the content, hit that subscribe button to the right and to the left, more dope content. Until next time, I'm out.
This that Ramondo reacts, huh? Y'all came in for the laughs, huh? You did. Stay for the commentary cause it makes sense, huh? Real talk.
That boy is good.